I took a pair of running shoes. I took 5 pair of shorts.
Yep.
And 5 shirts because I was gonna be there 5 days during the day where I could exercise. I had my Garmin strap. I had a pair of headphones. But on this particular trip, I used absolutely none of that other than the shorts and the t-shirts because that's what I needed to wear throughout the day.
Vacation and you drank your brain cells away. Beatty. How do you say it? Beatty?
Beatty.
Beatty. It's like French. Like
It's
I said,
not
I don't
French.
know how to say it.
It's the easiest name ever. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the newest edition. I already forgot what we were on. Is this 006? We made it to 5 and had to take a break. Couldn't handle it anymore. 006. Covering strong backs. I have my man Chris Morgan over there doing some curls.
It was off camera. You can't really see it.
So impressive. Oh, we could see it. We could see it. What is that, 5?
You could?
10 pounds?
I don't even know. I don't know how to read this. It's color-coded.
Is it your wife's?
No, it's one of them power block things. My children wanted it, so I bought it for them. I don't know. Was it 30 pounds? 25? Something like
The
that.
people that are just listening to this podcast are loving this right now.
Well, it's got to be candid. It's got to be off the cuff, seem natural.
Yeah,
if you will.
I feel like we're getting better at being a little natural. In fact, I think our first one was probably too natural.
It was too silly. I agree. The feedback we got from Nielsen when we put it out was suck less, obviously.
Just suck less.
And
great t-shirt.
Could you get that weird guy off?
The one from
I'm
Minnesota.
not sure who they were referring to, but
Yeah.
look at that Canadian dude.
I'm working on getting some better guests. Right now, you're
What
right now.
are you trying to say?
You're just gonna have to do.
Better.
Fine. What you wearing there? What you wearing?
Lift heavy things.
Lift heavy things. Love that. Classic. It's gonna stick around forever. There is a new one. There's a new one that says Covering Strong Backs Apparel Company down at the bottom. Just like
Nice.
this one does.
I know. I got to get some new shirts. We were talking about that before the podcast started.
Work shirt.
I'm one of Covering Strong Backs' best customers, and I haven't purchased any new T-shirts since the rebrand, so I probably need to order Baker's dozen or so.
Yeah, I'd say at least a baker's dozen.
You got any restrictions on where I donate the old ones?
No.
No.
No, get the word out.
Okay, I'll just cut the sleeves off.
Yeah, I mean, just
wearing
turn them into training shirts. You said they were too nice to train in, but...
Not after I cut the sleeves off.
Yeah, there you go. They're not nice anymore.
Who likes sleeves anyway?
Nobody.
Sun's out, guns out, and I live in the universe, buddy.
Are you gonna turn all these shirts into sleeveless shirts right before the Minnesota winter?
Yeah, probably if I order some new ones.
That's excellent.
I haven't cut the sleeves off all the hoodies I ordered for winter training.
Yeah,
I
know that you have done to one of them, but
that was full crop top. That's a little different.
What you drinking there?
Oh, this is well, you want to know what I've drank today? We don't normally shoot this late.
Let's start there.
we don't normally shoot this late, and I happen to have a happy hour. I took all my managers out for happy hour because one of them had a baby like a month ago, and she needed to get away from the house.
Oh, nice.
So we all met up. So I had a couple 3-4 cocktails there. Then got got home. I'm on glass of wine number 2. This is, a 2016 Roja,
Ooh.
a name I can't pronounce.
Yeah,
And,
I have no idea what that
great
is.
vintage. Great vintage. Spain. España.
I'm drinking.
Great value. You want to enjoy some good wines for a good price? Buy Spanish wines. That's my advice for all the listeners. And
You said
athletes
French
out there.
wines, right?
Spanish.
But-
French wine's expensive. Overpriced. Very good, but
Now hold on. No.
Did I say
is
French?
it French or Italian?
this is, well, I drink a lot of Italian wine.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
This
That's not
happens
good.
to be Spanish.
That's what I was getting confused on.
Spanish wine's very good too.
I don't know anything about
Prefer
wine.
raws.
I was taken to a wine bar once, and I drank beer the entire time. Speaking of,
I remember that.
I'm just drinking a
think it
Blue
was part of
Moon because it was what was in the fridge. Coming off of basically a 5-day, kind of just a drunk fest, especially for me. I mean, you start with a Bloody Mary and you end with, whatever they got. I actually drank a few margaritas. I was in Mexico though, so I felt like how do you go to Mexico and not drink a margarita while you're there, even though that's super cliche? How do you not, though? I mean, I was
don't know
drinking
if it's cliche.
Pacificos and Coronas and margaritas.
That's cliche. That's definitely
But that's what they
cliche.
had because I was at an all-inclusive resort and that was what was free.
So, like, what do the honkies want?
Sure. The uncliche part was going to basically a taco stand in the middle of the town we were at.
Nice.
And it was probably the best tacos we had. It may have given me a little bit of irritation in my bowels. I don't know that it was straight IBS, but
That could be the
definitely.
copious amounts of alcohol too.
Yeah, I don't think the alcohol helped. Going from 1 beer a week during Friday happy hour podcasting to you name the number every day for 5 straight days.
Yeah. I've lived that all-inclusive life. It is, oof. I mean, you'd have a short life if you spent a week there.
Oh, it would be hard to just live there. Just because
Loaded,
of that.
sunburned all the time.
Yeah. But that kind of goes into what I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about today was training on vacation and what we had coming up. But speaking of training, before we get into that, how has your week of training, I guess your last 2 weeks of training been? So we've taken a break.
Oh, good, man. I mean, we had deload week the week you were on vacation, which is perfect because you were deloading to reload. You deloaded training to reload the liver enzymes,
Yeah.
obviously, which was good. And I ran a lot last week too, especially like Monday through Thursday. I got about 50 miles in, and then I'm getting really, really busy at work. And I'm kind of getting burned out. Weather's changing. It's dark early. What did I say? Dark early. It's dark late.
Sounds like you need to get
dark
some
early.
sleep.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. But I'm getting really sick of running. I mean, it's boring. It's not hard. It's just, I'm sick of it. Getting kind of burned out. Race is a little less than 4 weeks out. I'm sort of, I would say, probably underprepared.
Yeah.
Might be a little bit of an understatement for a 100-mile race, but I don't know, man. It's like, I don't think I'm going to be, no matter what I do between now and October 21st, I'm not going to be that different than I am today. Like, this human who is sitting in front of you is the one going to finish it. Like, I'm not going to change that much. So,
What's the longest
I think
run you've been on since you
about
started?
30 miles.
50?
30.
30. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to go
Yeah.
over 30, 35 anyway.
Okay. Until game day?
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, in a lot of ways, this whole challenge is about being a garage gym athlete and finishing the race, you know? running or walking, whatever you got to do, just as a testament to it. So I think a lot of it is I got to kind of get it through my head and kind of own that. Like, this is who you are. You're going to do this thing. No matter what. Like, you're not a runner. You're a garage gym athlete. And hard to kill guy. You train hard. You train regularly. You run extra, and enough, and just try to finish it, and kind of put that out there for a challenge for our community that this training works. So that's that. It's Fit Week, not testing, not doing anything stupid like that, just doing the alternative workouts. They're hard. They catch me off guard every time. I forget every Fit Week when they come up when I'm not testing. I do these and I get sore. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I haven't done one. I was looking at them just to see what they were and just to remind myself what they were. So I think I did them. I did them 1 week.
Yeah.
And they're just like, I mean, they're only 45 minute workouts, but
yep.
But it's like a full on just like CrossFit WOD for the whole week, basically.
It is kind of, it is kind of, it's just like, hey, do a bunch of sets with 15 fucking ring dips.
Yeah.
It's like, who can even do that? Like, I don't know, I can't do that. 15 ring dips. It's like you're like 10% of the people can finish that once.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. But.
So whatever, you just break it up.
But you got to do something to fill the gaps. My week, like you said, I've been on vacation.
Yeah, speaking of filling gaps.
I did not train at all while I was there. Which is funny because I took running shoes. That's usually what I do, but we'll get into that later. I took running shoes. I took shorts. I had shirts. I was ready to go. I walked to the gym one time to look at it. It was a decent gym, mostly just isolation stuff and some dumbbells. I definitely could have gotten a workout in. We walked a lot.
Good.
We were active. We didn't lay around a whole lot.
Well, you're in the pool all the time.
Yeah,
walking to the swim up bar.
Walking to the swim up bar, walking back. You got to walk to the water's resistance.
Yeah. It's hard work.
Where we went, there were a lot of beach vendors trying to get you to buy things, and so we were trying to walk away from them, walk past them. We walked from that area where I got the tacos back to a taxi, which went the rest of the way. But we did walk that much. It was 10,000, 15,000 steps a day, so we were on our feet.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, we were on our feet moving. So it's weird. I was looking at my heart rate, and just that lifestyle, my heart rate was like 10 points higher the whole 5-6 days we were there. It's just ridiculous.
100%. Mine's like 20 higher when I go.
Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm usually in like the low 50s, and I was mid 60s the entire week. So,
oh yeah, all that alcohol.
So really, just overall, just an extremely unhealthy week, and we were ready to get back. Honestly, I mean, we did it. We had a good time. We didn't have any kids with us. It was our anniversary trip, but.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
What anniversary was it for you?
It's number 10. So.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Is that what you got her, was the trip? Or did you get her something else?
We just went on the trip together, and that's what we did. So, yeah.
So you kind of bought yourself something. I see how it is.
I wouldn't have done it. Not for her, I'll tell you that. So, it's definitely for her.
How many airplanes away is Mexico from Seneca, South Carolina?
It depends on where you go. For us, it was 3 there and 3 back, which is funny because we were looking at like Costa Rica or something, and it's a straight shot from Atlanta. Like, you drive to Atlanta, which is an hour and a half. You get on a plane for 4 hours and you're there. So,
did I ever tell you that I flew into Atlanta once?
Yeah, I've heard that story.
We're not going to get to it. It's like every 4 episodes we shit on Adam George. Speaking of Atlanta.
How did you get from Atlanta to... never mind, doesn't matter.
Yeah, this guy from Birmingham was supposed to pick me up. Real son of a bitch. No, it's fun. What was the... I mean, we can't be done talking about this vacation.
No,
because,
ask away. Ask what you need to know.
We got a lot of messages from you, but I'm not going to call you out on some of them.
No, just go ahead and just...
No. All right, what was the... What was the coolest? Well, was the tacos the coolest part?
The tacos and just being in downtown, like of a older Mexican city, that was kind of cool.
I agree.
It was cool getting
That's why I
out
hate
and
resorts.
seeing the people
I love
and just seeing the culture there. That was really cool. And then we
Yep.
sort of walked back across this like boardwalk thing, and just saw like some of the shops and we didn't want to spend a lot of time out there because it doesn't feel the safest. But
Yeah, I mean,
we kind of got lucky because we met a cop who was Mexican from Chicago and his wife, and they had just got married, and his dad.
It's a good thing you said that last part because you said we're in Mexico. We met a cop who was Mexican. I was like,
well, they were staying.
Cool story, bro.
No, he's from Chicago. I said he's from Chicago.
I know, but I was like, how? I mean, the implicit. Most people.
Whatever. They just got married. They were at the resort. They were vacationing as well, or honeymooning, I guess. And he actually went with us, and he spoke Spanish. So we felt a lot better just with that. But
it's great to have a guide.
Yeah.
Dude, I really want to go to Mexico, but I, like you, don't know shit about it, so I need to go with a good guide.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, there's two sides of one coin. I sort of talked about this with y'all. Like, you want to, you hurt for the people because they are just living and some of them are just living in absolute poverty. But there's still some of them are, like, the nicest people ever. And you want to have a nice vacation, but, you also want to, like, give money to this community because they're working and, they don't get a lot of help from their government. I mean, it's just, it's just not the same. Like, I felt
100%.
I felt so, like, just spoiled and lucky for literally just being born here. And it's, it's because our hotel was right beside this absolute just crap hole establishment. And we're in I don't know how many $1 million. I mean, it was probably $100 million resort, at least. I'd say at least.
Right.
I mean, if you built it in the United States, it was probably $100 million. And, and we're just right beside this just absolute, like, little ghetto area. And you just, you feel good because you're coming in and you can tip well and you can, these people are working and they're earning a living. But at the same time, you're like, you almost don't want to see it. Like,
I agree.
Yeah, it's such a challenging position to be in.
It's difficult. Like, my wife and I've had that conversation because, like, we went to an all-inclusive once in the Dominican. Oh man, when was that? Maybe 2015 or something. And that was the last time we'll ever do it, just because, like, so many times where those resorts are around them is just, abject poverty.
Yeah,
and it's very, it's not like it's different because you're not there or there, but I had a hard time with it when I was there, like driving there, seeing all this, and then you walk into this, resort, and you're like, the two worlds separated by literally a wall really bugged me.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have a great, like, appreciation for things that were just, built for people to come stay at and visit anyway.
Right.
Like, I prefer to travel to places and just go where people live
100%.
already. Like, just go to a town or whatever.
We had never done
That's
this. We
why-
wanted to try it, but like the whole time,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, I don't like touristy things. I don't like,
Exactly.
I don't like being a tourist. I would much rather go in, meet a handful of the locals, and really get
Right.
to know them, and then have them
Yes.
show you around. Like that to me, and my wife's the same way. That to
That's a
me
real
is,
vacation.
It's such
It's a real
it's a
travel.
much better experience because you learn
Oh,
so
100%.
much more about where you're at and the history,
Yeah.
and not just a bunch of rinky-dink shops with $5 gifts
I
to
know.
bring back to your kids. I mean, it's
Yep.
which we did that
Yeah, I
too.
mean,
which we
Of
definitely
course,
brought back
right.
some toys.
It's fun.
But-
yeah, I mean, yeah, we all do, right? But yeah, it's like I want to go. I love. It's kind of a weird thing. If I have a hobby, it's like cooking. Probably would be my only like real hobby. But I love like reading about Mexican food, and how to make it, and all the history behind it and stuff. So like, it's on my bucket list to go to like travel throughout Mexico for like 2 weeks. But I need someone that can take me around,
Yes.
right? Because I
Yes.
don't know shit, right? It's like I can't just get in a car and go do it.
So two stories.
so-
Two stories, real quick. On the cooking thing, we went to this beach area. It was like an excursion, so it's kind of touristy, but it kind of gets you away from the city and all the people, and you can just see the rainforest that we were right beside, and they got
Yeah.
this beach area. But they also had a cooking lesson that I sat through.
Oh, that's
And
really cool.
I don't have the cards here, but like I've got the ingredients and the directions to what the lady cooked. Is like this classic or traditional Mexican. I think it's called paella or something like that.
Paella.
And she's basically this big metal cooking dish over a fire. It almost looks like a wok, like a flattened wok.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she
It's really big in Spain too.
she went
So I
through
think it
the
originated in
whole
Spain.
thing. She did it with fish and shrimp, and because we're on the
Yeah,
on the
dude,
water.
Paella
Yeah.
is fire.
Oh, dude, and we
Huge.
ate some of it. So we were there. There was only a handful of us that decided to do the cooking part, and then so we ate some of it later for lunch because it was included, and then they had us break out into little groups, and I'm such an idiot. I did the group that was making guac, which is literally like the easiest thing on the planet to make.
Yeah, it's not very hard.
There was an agua chile little station. I should have done that one, but it was very similar, except I think the shrimp was soaked in some lime juice. But I got the cards to do all of them. So
Yeah, like ceviche.
yeah, it was like a ceviche type meal, but super cool. All right, we'll take a break and we'll get into the meat of what we're going to talk about. Hey guys, Trampus here from Covering Strongbacks. I want to thank you for listening to the podcast and encourage you to go to our online store, coveringstrongbacks.com. There are new designs and all types of merch, tees, hoodies, hats, and other that will cover your strongback. Thanks again for listening. It is much more fun.
Because it seems
Yeah.
more fun when you do that. Because it's like we just can't we can't
We
wait.
can't wait
to talk
We can't
about.
wait.
We can't wait.
And we're back.
This is gonna, like,
I'm going to have to just
it's
start
gonna be
talking to
so
it
mind
stops.
blowing.
I don't know what we were talking about, but we talked that entire break. It's almost like, why did we take a
I
break?
choked on my wine.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Training on vacation. That's
Shut
what I
me
wanted
up.
to talk about because I just came off of vacation and obviously I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
train. It's not uncommon
did.
for me to train though, but I usually turn it down a notch. I don't understand people that seek out gyms while they're on vacation to do the same training. I mean, I guess I get it. If you travel a lot, I guess for work, that makes sense to me. But
Yeah.
I know there's people that go find gyms while they're on vacation because their hotel gym is garbage, which they usually are. Like I said, I walked into a really nice resort gym, and it was a bunch of isolation machines and dumbbells, and they actually had a guy in there who looked pretty fit. Now, I don't know what that means. But he was working there, and he looked fit. And my guess is he was just there to assist in any way. But
Well, yeah, we had that nice conversation down there, you and me. I was just, doing my thing.
this
down
was
there.
a Hispanic gentleman. He
Not
was
me.
probably Mexican. He had very nice skin tone, while you have very you really don't have skin tone.
Yeah, I've been described as translucent. I don't need X-rays. Some have said.
No, you're
Clear.
clear. Yeah, as Bill Murray called Larry Bird in the great film Space Jam. It's fantastic.
Space Jam sucks.
No, the original Space Jam was awesome.
I don't care.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, I was? Okay.
Are you serious right now?
All
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have
What?
to end this
Nah.
podcast now. No. So what do you do? What do you do when you go on vacation? Do you do anything? Do you even train?
Well, I don't. It depends. When I go on my annual trip up north. So when we go up north there, up to north of the lake,
Just stop.
then
Because nobody can
what?
understand what you're saying.
just lay it. I'm laying the thick Minnesota accent on people. I bring a kettlebell,
Okay.
sometimes two. I bring a band. Sometimes I bring my vest, and then I don't use it. And I bring my running shoes. But I'll do a lot of running when I'm on
Right.
vacation. But I do bring a kettlebell because I like doing kind of my favorite thing to go to when I'm not going to go for a run is I'll do kind of crazy ladders because I'll be by the lake. So I'll stand right on the lake shore and do like ascending and descending ladders of like push-ups, swings, press, and goblet squats or something. Some kind of mix like that. That's a lot of fun.
Do you swim?
Then I am a terrible
Yeah.
swimmer. Terrible.
I am too. I mean,
then-
I love the pool. I love being in water. And I would consider myself a strong swimmer, but not a strong exercise swimmer. And I feel like those two are completely different things.
Probably
Yeah,
pretty
completely
different.
different things.
It's probably like I'm a competitive walker from the pool bar to where I'm going to drink and like run.
Exactly.
Those would be similar comparisons. But yeah, so I'll do that, and then if I'm there on a Thursday and I got nothing to do, I'll go find a park to do Murph with no vest because kind of a flex.
You haven't installed a pull-up bar
but if
at
I'm-
your cabin yet?
Now, I mean, I thought about like making a portable one, some type of lever involved. You can put it around
lever.
something, but it's not worth it. But if I'm traveling, like, somewhere I've never been, I usually don't train that much. I mean, look, you
Yes.
need rest. Like, your mind, your body,
Right.
you need rest. And, like when we were up North Shore, I think I did one day where I went out and did some stuff for the whole week, but the rest of the time we did a lot of hiking. Like, there was one day where we had like 30,000 steps or something from all the hiking we were doing, which is kind of a lot. And those are Garmin steps, so they're real, not fake steps.
Like
Like,
something in the Apple
if you
Watch
like, let's say,
record?
yeah, like let's say you drive a Toyota FJ and you have an Apple Watch, and you're from like Anderson, Fieldsville, South Carolina, or whatever. Like, you probably pick up 1,000 steps every time you go to the bathroom, if you're that kind of guy. But if you have a Garmin, it's a little more accurate. You know what I mean? So,
For sure. So I'll give you the list. Speaking of Garmin.
sorry,
no,
so that's what I do.
yeah, we'll make fun of Kyle. I mean, we'll make fun of someone.
Who?
I didn't.
Who?
Say,
Yeah,
did I say that?
talking about.
I'll tell you everything that I took on this trip, and I'll tell you everything that I used. I took a pair of running shoes. I took 5 pair of shorts
Yep.
and 5 shirts because I was gonna be there 5 days during the day where I could exercise. I had my Garmin strap. I had a pair of headphones. Like, I was ready. And on this particular trip, I usually what I do is run. I'll just do some intervals. I'll do like a long zone 2 run day, an interval day, just a hard run day, and that's just what I do because it's just easy. You can always run. It's always there, and you're not going to lose a ton of strength or something over a 1 week period. Anyways, it's not like you're losing that much. So
I agree.
So yeah, I very rarely will use a hotel gym because they're generally garbage, and I just don't want to carry that much extra stuff. But on this particular trip, I used absolutely none of that, other than the shorts and the t-shirts, because that's what I needed to wear throughout the day.
Wait, you didn't check 300 pounds of plates in a barbell for you?
I didn't do that.
5 days.
No, I didn't do that.
Ago?
But I think I agree with you. It's just like you're going on vacation. Like,
go on vacation.
Be active, but don't stress over not getting a workout in. I think it's
no, it's not good for your brain, man.
It's not, and you can do Murph almost anywhere. It's tougher when you're on vacation and you have to find
It is because you're usually
you're usually drunk, but it's also tough to find a pull-up bar.
There's playgrounds everywhere.
Yeah, but
you can always run. I think that week in June, because I knew I was doing that 100. I think I put like 50 miles in that week while I was on vacation. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's early in the morning. It's beautiful up there. It's like you're running through the woods, kind of like that's awesome. But when I went up North Shore, not the same. But yeah, dude, people need vacations. Your brain needs vacation.
It definitely needs rest.
Body needs
definitely needs rest. So speaking of trips, I think the next time I'll see you, unless you get a wild hair between now and then, is our November trip. And
dude, that is like 2 months away.
It is. It's almost exactly 60 days. And that leads into my new micro goal for myself. I've been hearing a lot of these people doing the 300 workouts a year. And I actually think that's going to be my goal because I've never really done one of those type of goals. I did the green dots when Jared will put them out, but I haven't done a full year of just training sessions. I like that sort of it's defined, but it's arbitrary. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not doing Murph every week or 3 or 4 times a day. It's picking a standard for a time limit or an intensity level and hitting that number of training sessions. So I want to do 300 next year. But between now and our trip, I've given myself a micro goal of 50 training sessions because we're at 60 days.
That's cool.
And I almost thought about doing it perfect, but I think I'm giving myself 10 life days because they happen. Like we're recording this podcast at 10 o'clock on a Friday afternoon because life happened to both of us today. So,
right?
I'm giving myself 10 life days, and I'm just going to have to be committed, which probably means I'm going to have to start going to bed early and just getting up again during the morning and knocking them out. So,
yeah, I mean, for me, not a flex, but 300 workouts a year is
not a lot.
Hard because it's like I do the same fucking thing every day. It's like I get up and I train. It's like pretty much 7 days a week.
And that's what I
not flexing.
Really, no, you're not flexing. That's where I want to get to. And I was sort of there at one point, but not at the same time. I don't know.
If life gets a little crazy, it throws you off the routine and you get kind of jacked up. It's pretty normal.
So just wanted to get back to that, I guess, is my goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. And too, I think for people out there that aren't members of Garage Gym Athlete that listen to this podcast, probably
Very few.
and far between. But that was the big message, like in the New Cycle webinar, which I really appreciate because I've got to know Jared pretty well, not as well as you.
I've talked to him once or twice.
But that's been my big thing is just talking to him about how like not being overly intense is really important for consistency because like people have pretty hard lives, and unless you're like only thing you have in your life is training, it's hard to train every day, so you really can't go that hard. But I think it's way better to train every day than it is to train like intensely and skip 2 days or whatever. So yeah, if you want to hit that goal, you probably just gotta be mindful of that, right? It's like, no, I have this amount of time every day. I'm gonna do something, right? And if I feel like shit, I'm gonna do something. It's not gonna be very intense. My approach with that is I still do the training, but I just don't go as hard. Like, I'll take weight off. If it's intervals, I'm just not going to run as fast. That's how I approach it. I just don't try as hard. And then it's not so bad, right? And you still feel good afterwards because you got it done. But I never feel bad for not, like, winning the training session, I just feel good for doing it, personally.
It took a while for me to not be upset with an 80% effort in the training. Like, because you get there,
dude, 80% effort every day is fucking
right.
amazing.
It is like because you get there really and you look at 100%, and you're like, wow, I can't lift that today. I don't want to lift that today. It's not.
You're not 100%.
It's not getting up, right?
Like,
So
who's 100% every
nobody
day?
is.
Like, if you're 100% every day, you're not trying hard. Right. It's like you should be not optimal every day, or you're not living a full life, in my opinion.
It took me a while to get there. I don't want to say that I went too far there, but I definitely like there's a happy medium, right? Like, that doesn't mean go in and just do the warm up and then go get a shower.
Right. I think that percentage that you said, that is the number
to aim for.
Like, if you get everything squared away and you can hit it 80% hard every single day, I think that's the sweet spot, right? So you're like, if you're hitting 80% of what you think you should every single day, that's really good. 80% of your potential. You know what I mean?
Well,
but that's hard too, actually.
It's not easy.
Some days it's 65, some days it's 70.
But it's that daily over decades he keeps preaching.
Hell yeah.
Like you said, if you're able to do it daily at 100%, you're lacking somewhere else in life. So
I agree.
You're
totally
obviously
agree.
doing something wrong somewhere else, or you've just got way too much energy left over.
Yeah. All right, that was training on vacation and intensity and all that. Can I ask you a question? Or two? Or do you have more to talk about?
Go ahead.
No, you don't have any more. We ended it. This is a segue. We're sticking with the segue. We're going to go with the flow.
We're going to have to work on them. Yeah, me too. I'm not just saying.
No, we don't need to work on them. That was perfect. When the archaeologists uncover these podcasts after the world ends, they're going to, research segues, and this will be a strong example of that 1,000 years from now.
I hope so.
Yeah. So,
were you going to ask me a question?
I think it was last podcast. Yeah, last podcast you announced the change of the name to Covering Strong Backs. How's it been going? I've seen a lot of cool ass new T-shirts. Them Halloween ones are fire.
Yeah, I got it. I actually got it with this one, and we washed it,
Work.
And what's cool about that our shirts is they come with this little sticker right here, and if you don't peel that sticker off before you wash it and dry it, it gets covered with
That's awesome. I do
Yes.
know these stickers. So you washed it first? You didn't wear it? You didn't go straight wear
no,
it?
because it smells. They put
know,
some
they do,
they put
yeah.
some
Is that a
they put
dye?
something in it. Well, no, I think they put some like finishing agent on it that keeps it preserved in the
To
plastic
keep the
until it
bugs
gets to
away
you,
or
and then
whatever.
you wash it off, and it smells like straight vinegar.
Yeah, me too.
It's awful.
It does kind of. That's
Yeah.
the right. Yeah, that's the
So I
right
washed
description.
it.
I was gonna put a complaint in the company website, but I couldn't find a contact.
There's definitely a way to contact me, but there's no complaint section, and I'm pretty sure I have you blocked. But anyways, your question was, how's it going? It's going well. I put out some new shirts. I've redesigned a bunch. I probably redesigned 7 or 8 of them, just trying to get them to a better quality. This is one of them. It looks different. This just it looks like something to me that you would see at a store now. I don't know. I've just been really.
It's sweet.
It's been bothering me because
It looks really
when
nice.
I first started, it was the idea was just to get stuff out, as quickly as possible and build this store.
Sure.
But I don't want to say it hadn't worked because people did buy some of them, but I feel like I just wanted to up my quality and really put out a better product. Spending more time learning the programs that I'm using to make them look polished, and I feel like it's going to pay off. So, but the name change is done. There's probably a few things still on the store that have the Element name on them, which is fine, but I'm slowly working on getting them all off. I have the majority, like all the t-shirts and tanks. They all should be completely done. And any orders that are coming through, I'm like scrutinizing them heavily to make sure that nothing goes out. But if it goes out, it goes out.
Product's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I mean, that was such a great idea, honestly. Like, I think it's cool you came to that conclusion. Yeah, I do need to do a big order. Those, I mean, I'm kind of, my problem with t-shirts, Trampus, is like, I'm doing the Murph project, I need mediums. I take like a month off, I need larges again. It's just like, so I started to need like 2 of every shirt.
That's a problem.
Realistically.
Okay.
For me. No, not really. It's really a drawer space issue because it's like, and maybe I need a drawer for my fat C shirts and a drawer for my less fat C shirts.
Or just
I really
Just never be fat C
to,
again.
like flex.
from what I heard, it's super easy. You just train.
I thought your micro goal was lose 8 pounds, and then I was going to tell you to stop eating
Oh, I
food
meant to
fat.
say that. I meant to say that was my goal. And I forgot
missed the
about it. Yeah. I have never, not once, ever said I need to lose 8 pounds.
This is not true. This is not true.
I
You
don't
totally
think
said it.
so.
You said it like 3 times.
If I did, it was a joke.
And, I mean, 2 of those times were for sure re-quoting me. I'm sure one of them was real.
I don't think so. But I may have said that. I don't recall, but I can't necessarily deny it.
All right, who's the next guest?
You know,
We can
we've
call
had
him
a
up
couple
now.
people say they want to come on.
Yeah.
And then we've also invited a couple of those people and they flaked out. But
Yeah, I've noticed like people that drive Toyota FJs and wear Apple Watches are really inconsistent in their planning. It's like they want to do stuff, but do they really want to? You know, do they really want to do it? See, I'll have to see who can.
I'm going to try to get Kyle.
I mean,
I'm going to try to
business-
get Kyle Johnson on here. Mark Bishop, if you're part of the Garage Gym Athlete community, has said he would do it. And
Yeah.
I think he'd be a great guest. And
I can text
yeah,
it. We're friendly. We send each other silkies and shirtless selfies on the regular. Just ask him what's.
I use a lot of his photos.
Or on
He
Fleek.
makes good photos. And well, I'm not
very
even talking about
skilled.
just him, but like he has a good.
just handsome.
He's not an ugly guy. I'll say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But he's got a good eye for like angles and lighting and stuff. Yeah.
Lighting. Yeah.
He's got a good eye for that.
Yes.
So his
Plus, he's a DJ. I don't know if you knew that.
that's new. I did not know that. Did not know that.
It's a shitty inside joke to drop on.
Yeah,
podcast.
because nobody knows what you're talking about.
Because
None of us.
All right. So the joke is this whole visualization thing that was covered on podcast. And Jared talked about how like in the flight stuff or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, I know what you're talking
But you
about.
put it on the wall and you stare at it. You stare at it, right? So that bishop who's doing some, airplane stuff, that's how sophisticated of an explanation I can provide. And I posted up and I just thought it looked like, I don't know anything about DJing either, but it looked like, the stuff that they use. And I made a joke about that. So now he's a DJ.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the point.
But he's actually a pilot.
Nope. This is the point where I say thank you for making it all the way to the end of this
What a
and
shitty.
listening to Chris and I continue to ramble on towards the end here.
Well, you should have laughed. So. All right.
Later, everybody.